see about alcohol, like the problems of prolonged use. Like according to History of Alcohol and Drinking Around the World by David J. Hansen, alcohol has been around since 10,000 BC. So alcohol has been around for ages. And first it was used for medical purposes, and it's still used for medical purposes like rubbing alcohol for your cuts, burns like hell. And then later on, around 4000 BC, it was used for, it became drinkable, and it's shown by the Egyptian pictographs where they're making wine and then they're mixing it with the alcohol. And it became used for as social lubrication, such as, also known as enjoying and relaxation. And then later on, they got adapted in religion. But over the years, some people became addicted to it. And then, as us as college, university students, the use of alcohol becomes more popular, right? And becomes more popular, and it's used like on parties on or off campus, or when you're hanging out with your friends. And you'll meet people who drink or are at the legal age limit, which is 21, and they can buy it. And I'm trying to persuade you guys to reduce or limit your consumption of alcohol, for which can lead to alcoholism and even health problems. And I'm going to tell you the problems, the causes, and the solutions. Now, problems. Alcohol affects your health and others if consumed for a prolonged time. Like many health hazards, common ones are cirrhosis and fetal alcohol syndrome. According to the History of Alcohol and Drinking Around the World by, again, David J. Hansen, cirrhosis is the constant scarring of the liver. This is normal liver. This is one after drinking a lot. And your liver gets scarred up over and over and over and over, and eventually it just gives up, leading to liver failure and then death. One of my favorite guitarists from a band called Slayer, his name is Jeff, I forget how to pronounce that thing, Hanneman. He passed away recently of liver failure. And this one, fetal alcohol syndrome, is where a pregnant woman consumes alcohol and the child is born with deficiencies and disfigurements. Like this one, like the face comes out, like nose comes out like a little bit like it got pushed in from the heart, like the eyes come out different than expected. Like I have a friend whose mother used to drink when she was pregnant, and his sister came out with the fingertips, like her fingers were well developed, so her fingertips were all the way down here. So luckily over time, they're gonna grow out. So she's going to have normal fingers, but it causes problems, And then others, it affects people who drink a lot, it affects your friends and loved ones, like, people who create an addiction, they start stealing from, like, family and friends. It causes big problems, especially in families. People start stealing from stores just to get the want to quench their thirst, and it can lead to jail time. Like in a newspaper, Victoria Hill, Idaho woman could face up to 10 years in prison for stealing a single can of beer. And from August 16, 2011, she got caught putting a can of beer into her purse, and everybody knows that shoplifting is illegal, but just because of this, she can get jail time, a minimum of a year to up to 10 years maximum, just for stealing. And another one is a problem about prolonged drinking is that people tend to drive, and drunk driving. It's illegal, and it can cause serious or health or fatal injuries can occur, like crashes. There's this one that recently happened last month. Another newspaper called "A Drunk Driver Suspected on 60 Freeway Crash That Killed 6 in Diamond Bar." from LA Times by Matt Stevens and Samantha Schaffer. The 9th of February 2014, the lady was driving drunk. She just came out of a bar, and she got on the wrong ramp, heading on the wrong direction of the freeway. And she got in a car crash, and 2 people died on impact, 2 died later at the hospital, and she survived. So, dangerous. Now I'm talk about like the causes why people drink. You know, people like to drink because usually it's an emotional trauma. You know, they were abused, child abuse, like they got hit more than people would take it as a spanking, as discipline or sexual, or a loss of a loved one. And that's a good one. Oh, the loss of a loved one, like they lose a cousin or their parents or a friend. And another one is like a catastrophe, like Hurricane Katrina and whatnot. Or also, when soldiers, they get back from a war, they get traumatized, so they start drinking. Another one is stress, like school. I'm pretty sure a lot of us are stressed. Some people tend to, I can't wait for the weekend, I need beer to get rid of the stress. Or financial, when people have financial problems, like my uncle, he moved in with us for a few months, he was having financial problems. And I noticed that he started drinking a little bit more than usual. So and another one is peer pressure. You know, like your friends, they'll be like, "Come on, man, just drink. Take one shot for me, for her, or for whatever," right? And then usually it's because someone in your family drinks a lot. Let's say, or a parent drinks, and you start growing up, and you see that they drink all this, you go, "Oh, that's fine." Or sometimes you just give in, and you'll be, "Oh, everybody knows nothing." You know? Why do people seek the answers to alcohol? Is because there's certain brain chemicals in the brain, which are dopamine and endorphins. According to La Ventana treatment program, victims fall to alcohol, the use of alcohol and abuse it for the brain chemicals, which is, like I said, dopamine, which is the feeling of reward or achievement when finally getting alcohol. And endorphins is the chemical that blocks pain. And mixed with an alcohol, you know, alcohol makes you numb. And so it's mixed with endorphins, so it increases the effect. And a few solutions to help you limit or reduce your consumption is, you know, if you use alcohol as a solution to your problem, you can have other motives to help your problems, like you can talk it out with somebody, parent, cousin, an uncle, or a friend, somebody who you really trust. You know, if that doesn't work, there's interventions where you can get all these people that really care about you, and you'll sit in a room and they'll talk to you about how their problem is affecting them as well. You know, it shows that they care. And then rehabilitation, when I guess all else fails, you can be sent to a treatment facility, and you can get help by professionals, and those professionals themselves were people who abuse alcohol or drank a lot, as well as help if you think you're one of those persons that uses alcohol for those reasons as well. And another one is like look out for each other. If you go out to a party or you just go out with the friends, just have a designated driver, control each other's drinking. Like if you think your friends already had too much, and just tell them you think you had too much. And that's about it. And in conclusion, I talked about the causes and solutions, and drink responsibly.